Neil, it's a game this weekend that's two really informed sides going head to head.
Yeah, it is. Accrington obviously been in great form, like we have in the past few weeks and months. Um, they had a little blip last weekend against Wigan, but then they showed that their strength of their squad and what they're about by going to Gillingham, very difficult place to go to, and winning that game in midweek. We've obviously had a good few results ourselves, so it makes for a really entertaining, exciting clash at Accrington on Saturday.
If you say mention them good results there, if you go back to Tuesday night, when you're trying to get a winner like that, it's so easy with a minute or two left just to lump long balls into the box and try and get anything. Yet you look at the quality of that goal and the one-touch football. Does that just sum up the style of football that you want to see from this Blackpool team?
Yeah, it does. Yeah. To be honest, I don't care how we scored the final goal. It's just, but it did show you a little bit about the players. Having gone 2-2, we could have easily been, deflated at that moment in time. But we showed real character there, and we had a chance to score before we actually scored the winning goal. So we went straight back at Hull. There was no holding on for a draw. There was no sitting back. We went straight back at them. Um, yeah, and to score like we did, it was a terrific goal. I was delighted with all the goals, to be honest, but that was a fantastic winning goal and fitting to win a game like that. And I have to say, over the 90 odd minutes, the performance merited us picking up 3 points.
You mentioned winning a game like that. That's where it really shows when you don't have fans in the stadium, doesn't it, to share a moment like that?
Yeah, it's all we were speaking about after the game, to be honest. Obviously, everyone was on a high of winning, but it was a great moment. The celebration was fantastic, but there's just always something missing. And for us to score the winner at that end of the North Stand, and they'd have been going bananas, and it'd have been rocking, and it's just such a shame that they're not there to share that with us. Hopefully, sooner rather than later, everyone can come back and enjoy. Hopefully, an entertaining team who give everything on the pitch for those supporters, and we want them back and we need them back.
You had a really big impact from your substitutes, so once again, that's some dilemma again this weekend.
Yeah, it is. We made, I think it was 5 changes from the Oxford game leading into this game. The whole game, I don't think you could notice any difference. There was no rustiness. We picked what we think is the right team to win the game, but we also know now with 5 subs that can be a real game changer as well. So again, we put a lot of time, thinking time, into the what if scenarios, and I thought all the subs, starting off the catalyst with Gary coming on, he was all over the pitch. He caused a real problem for them. He had a hand in up 2 of the goals, and they made a big difference, and that's really important. The players who are in the squad, they need to be ready to make an impact, because I say they can be pivotal players at different periods of the game when you're going to need them.
You always pick your sides based on the opposition and strengths and weaknesses. Does that mean, given that the Sunderland game's off next week, that doesn't really affect what your preparation would have been for this game?
It won't affect our preparation. It might affect the team selection, because the most important game is always the next game, and we always pick what we think is the right team to play that game. But you'd be foolish not to look at the games coming up and plan, because every game's different. So Accrington away is different to playing Hull at home, and we try and pick a team that we think is going to nullify their strengths and try and expose some of the weaknesses that they've got. And different players within our squad bring different characteristics, different strengths. So somebody might be better at playing Accrington than they were against Sunderland, and we pick what we think is always the best team to win the game, the next game.
In terms of the opposition, you've got a great amount of respect for John Coleman, who you've
Yeah,
played
very
a
much
few
so.
times through the years.
Yeah, very much so. Yeah, John is a big Liverpool fan, so got to know John a little bit from games and reserve games, and played him in the FL Trophy, and used to spot him in the stands at Liverpool for some of the big games. And he's done an unbelievable job, I think, at Accrington. He's just a proper football man, lives and breathes football, proper competitor. And Accrington, I've got the benefit of his experience and wisdom, and I always look forward to seeing him and speaking to him, because you know, I like to think that I ask a lot of questions and I want to learn off people, and you can learn off someone like John.